All right, this is page 38. Your study guide is also page 38, so be sure to look and make sure you're on the right page. So, we're going to work on some square roots today. We know that when we just see this basic symbol, that really it's just a regular old square root and there's a 2 in the index. So, if m is a multiple of 2, use the rule, the square root of a to the nth power is a m divided by 2. If it's not a multiple of 2, break it apart and you'll do m minus 1 and then you'll have your own a. It'll make sense in a second. So, what that is saying is if I divide this by 2, I get a 1 and he can come out as x to the first power. Let me show you it kind of longhand. X squared is x times x. To come out of the square root, you have to have a partner. When you come out as 1. So he comes out and he's just x to the 1. Okay, so m, I know that there are 6 of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they need to come out in pairs. So 1, 2, 3. I can take out 3 of them. So m cubed. So the shortcut would just be to divide by 2, take it out, and you get m to the third. Alright, this one has a number. So I recommend using your calculator and writing the square root of 9, and you will get 3. So now I have 3 on the outside and k squared on the inside. We know that k squared is really k times k, so I could take them out and end up with 3k. You can also divide by 2, and that becomes a 1, and it's still 3k, no more square root. 64, the square root of 64 is 8, and then I have p, 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 p. I'm going to group them, 2 groups, so 8p squared is what comes out. If you can in your mind just divide by 2 and take the p squared out, you can do it that way too. 100, square root of 100 is 10. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is y1. That's what you got. 49, the square root of 49 is 7. 2 divided by 2 is a1. B, 6 divided by 2 is 3. C, 4 divided by 2 is 2. If you needed to do it the long way, you could say A, B, 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 C, 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 C. All that's under there. One group of A comes out. 1, 2, 3 groups of B come out. And 1, 2, 2 groups of C come out. Alright, this is the one that's weird because you can't divide 5 by 2 and get an even number. So this suggests you do y to the 4 times y1. And then you can divide the 4 by 2 and get y2 comes out and y1 stays in. If that hurts your brain, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Y, 2 groups come out. This little guy stays in by himself. Either way. A can come out because it's divisible by 2. So A1 comes out. And then let's not do that part yet. Let's do a squared b squared times b, because I got to separate them. And now I can divide these guys by 2. So the a comes out 1. The b comes out with a 1. Out, out. This b1 stays under. All right. This y is not going to be divisible, so let's make this x squared y squared times y1 times z to the 4th. And now I can divide by 2, divide by 2. This guy's stuck, divide by 2. So x1, he comes out. y1, he comes out. z2, he comes out. And this y1 is left inside. All right, 144, the square root of that is 12. Now I have a k to the 3, so let's make it k squared times k1. Now I can divide that and get this guy out. 12k's on the outside, k1's on the inside. Square root of 81 is 9. But now let's go ahead and say r6 times r1 times s4. Divide by 2. R3 comes out, S2 comes out, and R1 stays in. 196, the square root of that is 14. I'm going to say C4 times C1 because that makes a 5, and then D2. This guy can divide by 2, that guy can divide by 2. 14, C squared comes out. D1 comes out, C1 stays under. Flip over to page 39. When you do the square root of 8 in your calculator, it gives you 2 square root of 2, totally fine, and then I've got x to the 6th. Divide that by 2, 2x to the 3rd. This 2 stays underneath. 50, when you type that in your calculator, you get 5 square root of 2, and then I've got my x squared. Divide by 2, that guy comes out. 5x1 square root of 2. I need you to, I don't know what I'm doing. Out of these leftovers, I want you to pick 6 of them and answer them. Thank you.